get this party started.
Fall may be in the air, but today we're discussing 10 ways to resurrect summer vibes.
Here are 10 horror films guaranteed to keep the sun blazing and your skin crawling.
First up, we have It Follows.
Mom, is that you? No, it's me. Everything's okay.
Swimming pools, dates to the movie theater in a sundress, and a gross naked man on the roof of a house. What more could you want? Micah Monroe is the neo-scream queen of our times, and it all started here in 2014. A modern-day safe-sex parable with a stealth body snatcher component. This is also where the whole elevated horror and it's not scary abstinence began because mouth breathers didn't know what to do with this masterpiece. And make no mistake, It Follows is a masterpiece, scored by Disasterpiece. Grace, what would be your strategy if you were being relentlessly but slowly followed by a malevolent entity?
Either I'm going to get a submarine and live in it because the monster can't go in the water, so good luck when there's no land surrounding you, or I'm going to get a yacht and live on that.
Wait a minute, I thought it could go in the water. I mean, it doesn't want to, but I think it can, can't it?
This would be a good theory to test. Let it go into the ocean because honestly, I'm just going to let a great white eat it. One chilling tale from the cult classic Creepshow 2 made swimmers think twice about lakes. Because Jaws isn't the only reason to fear what's beneath the surface. In still waters, nothing is ever truly still. And this story proves that danger doesn't just lurk in the ocean. It can be waiting in the most peaceful places. Pablo, when we talked about Jaws recently, I admitted that it never scared me away from the ocean, but the raft did make me avoid lakes. Did it have the same effect on you?
The raft scared me probably the most of anything I saw when I was too little to be watching it. You know, like the hand slipping through the cracks and the ring stays behind.
Yes.
That traumatized me, and I was so afraid to get in the water for a long time after that. An all-inclusive tropical resort vacation with your spouse sounds like a summer dream, right? Wrong.
The punishment for any crime committed is death.
What would you say?
Infinity Pool is a nightmare of unethical science and depravity. Are you really you, or are you really your own worst enemy? The Skarsgårds have become horror royalty, and I don't have to tell you that Mia Goth is on a tear playing the most unhinged characters you've ever seen. It's good to know that Brandon Cronenberg takes after his father. Grace, did Infinity Pool remind you of any bad vacations you may have taken?
It did not, but it did remind me of a very important lesson. When you're not in your country, you need to be on your best behavior.
Behave.
Because if you get in trouble by the law, there are worse things than having every single dollar taken out of your wallet. A weekend of canoeing in rural Georgia might sound like the perfect getaway until you realize you're paddling straight into a nightmare.
What you want to do with it?
He got a little pretty mouth, ain't he?
In Deliverance, the current is swift, the wilderness is unforgiving, and the people watching from the shore aren't there to welcome you. What begins as a bonding trip turns into a brutal test of endurance, confronting both nature's fury and humanity's darkest impulses.
I have never seen Deliverance.
I can't believe it.
I know, I can't believe it either. It should be a point of shame for me.
When Wrong Turn came out, everyone was talking about Deliverance because without Deliverance, there is no wrong turn. And Deliverance has long-lasting effects as well. If you look at the Hostel movies, for example, any of those torture movies definitely would have been impacted by Deliverance in some capacity. And there are some really great themes in this movie too, Pablo. You've got masculinity themes, you've got civilization versus nature, and of course you do have the social classes. If you went on a weekend trip like the one in Deliverance, you would never be right again. And that's really where the horror comes in.
I think this summer is the summer I check it off my list. You've sold me on it. When Nope first released, I said this would do for the sky what Jaws did for the water.
It's in the cloud!
That hasn't quite come to pass yet, but I stand by the sentiment. Nothing feels quite like summer, like a big blue sky with fluffy clouds that may or may not pose danger. Nope feels like a big summer blockbuster with some of the most disturbing ideas in recent memory nestled in there. It's fun, it's scary, and it's full of horses, inflatable tube men, and the vast expanses of Agua Dulce, California. Grace, what was your favorite part of Nope?
Gordy. It's not just terrifying because we see it through a very special lens under the table. We see the after effects of the chaos. But when Gordy comes up and he's kind of reverted back to his trained self and he goes in for that fist pump, he's just about there. And then boom, it's so sad.
Horrifying and sad.
Nothing screams summer more than the beach or a Vaselined up dude with a saxophone and perfect pecs. But in The Lost Boys, that carefree boardwalk vibe comes with a side of missing person posters, motorcycle chases, and the most stylish gang of bloodsuckers ever put on film.
Stay back! Help me! My own brother, a vampire. You wait till Mom finds out.
It's a neon-lit mystery capped off with one of the best final lines in horror history. Pablo, be honest. Were you there for the vampires or the shirtless saxophone guy?
Oh, this isn't even a question for me. Saxophone guy all the way. You don't know this about me, but I own the Lost Boys comic book variant with the saxophone guy on the cover. I don't know if I can think of another just sort of random character in a horror movie that is that iconic. Some people think of summer as the time when they need to look their best. I mean, not me, but I get it if you care about having a beach body. It's a confidence thing, and sometimes nothing gives you more confidence than finding a flattering, killer dress. Literally. In fabric may not take place in the summertime, but it has that desperation of wanting to be noticed that comes with the season.
Oh my God, what's that? That looks nasty.
Maybe just the washing powder.
It also has some of the best absurdist humor in horror this side of Yorgos Lanthimos, and a cameo by Gwendolyn Christie as the woman you dread your son bringing home. Grace, what did you think of In Fabric's premise?
I loved it because to be able to go into a size that you know normally wouldn't fit you, that's something that I would celebrate, except in this dress.
It's tailor-made to your situation, and it's gonna make you pay for wanting it.
Have you ever wanted a unicorn? You probably won't after you watch Joss Whedon's Cabin in the Woods.
Is unworthy of global positioning.
That's the whole point. Get off the grid, right?
What begins as a cliche teen getaway featuring a pre-Thor Chris Hemsworth spirals into a meta-horror roller coaster that gleefully shreds every trope you thought you knew. Monsters, mayhem, and one of the most chaotic third acts in horror history collide, proving that sometimes the scariest thing isn't the creatures, it's the people pulling the strings. Pablo, which monster would you take out first if you were in Cabin in the Woods?
The mermaid needs to be dealt with immediately. It's too seductive. Gotta get rid of it. I mean, it's in the title, Midsummer. The summer solstice finally has its perfectly associated iconic horror film, Forevermore.
Well, we think of life like the seasons. So you're a child until you're 18, and that's spring. And then finally, from 54 to 72, you become a mentor.
What happens at 72?
Combine folk horror with the traditionally summer activity of a European backpacking trip, plus the element of dealing with a comically self-absorbed boyfriend, and you have the song of the summer. Florence Pugh is the May Queen, drink the tea and bow down. Grace, what do you think of the film's status as the ultimate breakup movie?
I don't know if I would choose that way, but it's very much a final breakup. Like, y'all are not getting back together.
The most elaborate way to dump a loser.
Speaking of bowing down, make way for one of the creepiest tweens ever to grace the silver screen. Children of the Corn has spawned more sequels and remakes than you can shake a sickle at, but nothing tops the eerie low-budget magic of the 1984 original.
Question not my judgment, Malachi. I am the giver of his word.
With its endless cornfields and cultish stairs, this flick is an unsettling reminder that kids should probably never be in charge. Pablo, did Children of the Corn make you more afraid of small towns or small children?
I was afraid of the corn, but I think it's more for me the town than the children.
And that's our list.
But there are so many more films that keep summer haunts alive.
Let us know your picks in the comments below.
Scare you later.